Didn't have anybody else in town, so we had Thanksgiving dinner together. You hear about sweet revenge. Sweet revenge is not sweet. Revenge is something that is bitter. Forgiveness is something that is sweet, right? And when we share in God's reconciliation, when we share in God's mercy, we share in the sweetness of our God. All right. Now, let's get back to, can you go back to the very first frame? Going back to the young man in 1953. Okay. The confession itself wasn't anything particular, but then afterwards he became more and more aware of God's mercy, and it changed the trajectory of his life, okay, and that's the young man many years later, okay, the one on the right, okay. It was Pope Francis who had that experience, so very powerful experience in his life. We're going to go over some stuff. Stephanie's going to go over stuff as far as the book and training your kids, helping your kids prepare for this and everything. We have these penance services scheduled. You can attend one of those. If they're not quite ready yet as you go through the book, you can take them on a Saturday afternoon. You can make an appointment. You can go to another parish. Whatever it is, we will help you with that. Okay. Your example is very important. Your children will learn more about forgiveness and mercy and reconciliation from you than they ever will from me. Okay. Do not underestimate the importance of example. They will learn a lot more from you about that than from me. And kids pay attention. You know that better than I do. All right? They pay more attention than we want them to some of the time. All right? Pope Benedict XVI was this brilliant scholar. He had encyclopedic knowledge. He wrote over 50 books. And in one of them, he asked, what's the greatest reason to believe? Okay? It was not one of his 50 books. Okay? He said, the greatest reason I know to believe is because I have seen the faith at work in the lives of my parents. I have seen the faith at work in the lives of my parents. Okay. His father was a police chief. His mother was a cook. They were not professors of theology like him, but they had it going on. All right. And he and his brother and his sister all caught it. So never underestimate your example. There was this one father many years ago who would just say with his kids, okay, he would just take them out. They go to confession, and then they go out for ice cream. Confession, ice cream, confession, ice cream. All right? Kids didn't have a problem going to confession. All right? And this is something to celebrate with your kids. All right? And again, for the parents, good. Maybe it's been a number of years. Again, don't worry about that. We're here to help you. That makes our day. And we got one more video to watch, and then Stephanie will take it from here.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next.
This is what Ivy League universities you can get in.
Okay. Do you want to use the microphone or the lavalier, Stephanie?
All right. Thank you, Father Joe. Give me one moment. I'm just going to bring this up here. And I've got a few things to go over with you, kind of about the nuts and bolts of how this will work. If you've had kids go through this before, it's pretty similar. So just to kind of start off, if you have not received any emails or text, well, I don't think I've done any text messages yet, but if you have not received any emails from me yet, about this meeting or anything like that, if you would let me know, and I can double check that your email address is on my list, if you want to let me know that before we leave tonight, that would be very helpful. So just a couple things. When you presented your child for baptism, One of the promises that you made, that we all make, is that we will bring our children up in the practice of the faith. And so this preparation process for the Sacrament of Reconciliation is part of that, preparing for a lifetime of forgiveness and healing in the Sacrament of Reconciliation is a really big deal for these kiddos. And the parents must model and teach these lessons at home, in addition to the preparation that we do at school or at religious education class. Attending Mass should be a priority for your families. To deepen and extend both the lessons that you'll be doing at home and the ones they're receiving at school and RE. And the preparation will mostly be completed at home with the blessed books that you all picked up on your way in. If you did not grab your child's blessed book, they're on the table over there, so you can pick that up. They each have the child's name on the front. And we'll go over in a few minutes kind of the layout of how all of that works. But then in addition to that, at school and RE, there will be lessons directly about teaching the children to be prepared for the Sacrament of Reconciliation, like the process and the importance of forgiveness and different lessons like that. So a few things to know about kind of how things will work at school and RE. We have 3 groups of students that will be receiving the Sacrament of Reconciliation. We have students who attend St. Therese School in 2nd grade. Then we have students who attend religious education in 2nd grade on Wednesday evenings. And then we have an additional group of students who are older than 2nd grade. They might be from the school or from just the parish, that will go to a special class on 5 Tuesday evenings starting tomorrow night to prepare for the sacraments, kind of geared towards students who are a little bit older, to help them kind of receive those lessons in a way that's geared towards a more appropriate level for them. And we will have a retreat for all of the students in that older sacrament class, as well as the 2nd graders in religious education on November 19th. And there will be a retreat for the school students. The date for that isn't set yet, but it will be during the school day, where we'll go into the church and they'll get a chance to kind of talk through all the steps of reconciliation. We'll actually go into the confessionals and show the children how the light that turns green and red works, where the kneeler is, all of those kinds of details to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. So your first reconciliation preparation can begin as soon as you want to, now that you're going home with these books. And the process will last about 6 weeks to 8 weeks, or it can go longer than that if you need to for your child. We don't want it to be rushed. We want to take our time and make sure the kids really understand what this sacrament is all about and that they feel very prepared. And we want them to continue to practice this sacrament in the rest of their life. We don't want it to just be one time and then they forget everything that they learned. We want it to be an ongoing, so we hope that they'll continue in their faith development in 3rd grade and 4th grade and beyond. So, to take a quick look at the book, if you want to open that up in front of you, you'll see there are 6 sessions or chapters in the book. Each session starts with an opening prayer that you'll read with your child, and then there's some content within that chapter. Usually there's at least one Bible story to kind of talk about whatever the topic is for that chapter. At the end of the chapter, you'll see a review page where the children will write right inside the book. That's their book to keep, so they can write their answers right in there. And then there's also a journal page, Journal with Jesus, where they'll get to write about what they learned in that chapter and have a little kind of journal prayer time. There are also some online resources that you can take advantage of as well. There are 7 short videos for each of the chapters in the book, and they last about, maybe 2 to 8 minutes, kind of depending on the video. If you go to the website, I'll show you quickly. It's kind of laid out. They call them seasons. Each season is one chapter in the book. And so you can see here in season 1, this is chapter 1 in the first reconciliation book. There's 7 little short videos that you can watch at home with your child. This is optional. The book is the part that we would require all children to complete before receiving the sacrament. But if your child would like a little bit more information, or if they learn better with videos, this is an option. And I am going to email this link out to everyone so that you'll have this information. Just to kind of make sure this is clear, there are 12 seasons on here and only 6 chapters in your book. That's because seasons 1 through 6 are for the first reconciliation book. Seasons 7 through 12 are for the first communion book. So you'll just be doing 1 through 6 right now. And then in the springtime when we prepare for first communion, then those other ones would be available. Then there's also leader guides that you can download online and a digital version of the actual Blessed book that you can download online as well. If you ever needed to have it digitally, if you go on vacation and you want to go through the book but you realize you forgot to bring it with you, you can look it up online and you should be able to download it there. I also have actual physical copies of the leader guide up here. If anybody wanted to borrow one of those from me and just bring it back when you're finished, you can grab one of those before you leave. There is also a parent email program, and I'll show that to you here. You can sign up for the Dynamic Catholic online program to send you a weekly email with all of the videos for the first chapter, and then the second chapter, and then the third chapter, like that, so that each week you'll be getting the 7 videos that go with whichever chapter you would be reading that week. So that's an option as well. But it's just the same videos that would be on the website. So it's just kind of how it works best for you, if you prefer to get it straight to your email or if you prefer just to go to the website. And then we do ask that they bring their book to their catechist or their teacher to sign off after they've completed the first 5 chapters. So I will kind of point out, if you're looking in the book, you'll see the first 5 chapters kind of prepare the children for the first reconciliation.